After riding for more than 16,500 kilometers and a duration of about 19 months, here are a few things, not just few, a lot of things which I realized about my motorcycle, Apache RTR 164V. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, and some of them can be a deal breaker. So yeah, let's start it. Let's talk about the things which I like about my motorcycle. The very first thing, power. The second thing is the chassis and the handling. And the third thing are the tires. Now, let me break it down in short. If we talk about the power, it has most in its segment, even though for that you have to rev the engine a little bit compared to other motorcycles. They have a linear and a very good mid-range and low-end performance as compared to Apache. But if you are someone else who likes revving your motorcycle like beyond mid-range and love to rev it hard, then Apache can be a good option for you. The second thing is the chassis and the handling. Well, we all know that the Apache RTR 200 and the 160 shares the same chassis except the rear subframe. So the 200 is used on track and it has a very good response, like chassis response on the track and even on the roads. So it can be seen in the 160 as well. So that's a very good point about the Apache 160. It handles very good. You take it on the highways, you take it on the corners, it picks up very really good corners as compared to the N160 and the Extreme. The third thing which I like about my motorcycle are the tires. As stock, my Apache gets a radial tire. It's from TVS Eurogrip Extreme, Pro Truck Extreme, not the Pro Truck Sport. Pro Truck Sport is a higher version of this Pro Truck series. Once the tire is heated up, it shows a very good amount of confidence. I have scraped the last line of my 130 by 70 section stock tire. So yeah, before heading towards the things which I don't like about my motorcycle, let's talk about the maintenance part. So the very first thing, service. Service interval is about 3,500 to 4,000 kilometers or 3 months. So if you are servicing it from the authorized TVS showroom or the what we say TVS service center, they have this can of 1.2 liters which fits perfectly in the Apache 160 as well as the 200 4V, and both of them has the same quantity and the same uh, grade of the oil, 10W30 semi-synthetic engine oil. So that's an issue, like when you want to switch from the stock engine oil which the company gives uh, to something aftermarket like the Motul or the Castrol, you need to buy two cans at a time. Like if it would be a 1 liter capacity, then it would be much easier to service and it would be little easier on the pocket. So that's the thing which I don't like about it. Let's talk about the second thing about the maintenance is the chain loop. I lube my chain at around 800 kilometers when it's wet condition, less than 800 kilometers when it's wet condition, and when it's dry, well, like in the winter season or in the sorry, summer season, I lube my chain after around 1000 kilometers. The third thing is the brake pads. I replaced my brake pads at 13,000 kilometers and it costed me just 300 rupees. Yeah. Now let's talk about the things which I don't like about my motorcycle. The very first thing is the seat. The rider seat is good, like it's not too good, but it has a certain slope. So when you sit on the motorcycle, the seat automatically pushes you towards the motorcycle. Like when you are riding sportily, if or like suppose when you are riding in the corners, it's good. It helps you to hug your tank properly and gives you a really good posture. But when you're riding it in the city and out on the highway, like if you're touring, then it's a problem. Like boys will get it, like it's a problem for you balls, so that's a little issue about the seat. Then second thing are the brakes. The front brake is decent, but I have ridden the N160. It has way more better brakes than Apache, and Extreme is also decent. Extreme also doesn't have good quality of brakes. The third thing, which can be a deal breaker, is the mileage. I have got mileage of around 40 to 42 kilometer per liter in the city and 45 plus in the on the highway. So I'm not saying it's too low, but if you are someone who's expecting that Apache will give you mileage of about 45 plus or 50 plus, then please don't expect it. It won't give about more than 49 to 50 kilometer per liter. That too in the rare of the rare conditions. If you ride it really calmly, don't even cross more than 6,000 kilometers. That's when it might give 45 plus or 47 plus. The max I have got is 49 kilometer per liter, and it was only once. After that, on an average, I get around 42 to 40 kilometer per liter in the city. Like even if it's I live in Pune, so even in bumper to bumper traffic in Pune, it gives me 40 to 42 kilometer per liter, and out on the highway it gives me 45 plus, like 46 to 45 kilometer per liter. Yeah, so that's it. This was my little review about, not a review, ownership review about my motorcycle. And there's a lot of things which I wanted to talk, but I just want to keep it short and simple. If you guys want it like in detail, then I'll definitely tell you about a lot about my motorcycle. There's a lot of things about Apache. If it's the 160 and 200 are pretty much similar. If it's the only difference about the engine power and the clip-ons, and now the new one also gets the same like straight bar handlebar. So yeah, until then, bye bye.